I know I'm already like taking a lot of time to talk about this stuff, but this is the world we live in, dude. If you don't like it, there's other reactors who react to this stuff and will just say that's cool. So go watch them.
I'm over it, time I move fast for the closure. I'm older and I'm moving faster than ever. I'm cold with it, whether for casters or whether it's 4 lines or more. I'm the master of never.
What's up, guys? It's Jordan. I'm back with another video. Today we're gonna do some Lil Peep. I haven't done him in a while, and every time I do it, it's kind of hit or miss with the views. You know, sometimes people watch them, sometimes people don't, but I really enjoy them. I think Lil Peep has a lot of depth if you're willing to like dig deep into the lyrics. Remember, on Saturdays I react to your music. We're gonna start doing that again this Saturday. Remember to join me on Discord, hit me up on Instagram, all that stuff, so we can have a conversation. But other than that, let's get started. Also, according to YouTube, most of you are not subscribed. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you like this video, if you like my content. You can always unsubscribe if you don't like it or if you change your mind, but it really helps me out, it really helps the channel out, and it would mean a lot to me. This is Lil Peep, 16 lines.
Lines blow and I'm fine. Break my bones, but act as my spine. Wonder who you'll fuck when I die. And if I tried to call, would you cry? Please don't.
Sounds like a breakup song. He starts off, he says, 16 lines of blow and I'm fine. Blow is obviously like cocaine. There's even like a famous movie called Blow, and it's all about that. He says 16 lines of blow and I'm fine. Break my bones but act as my spine. Basically, like, it's hurting him, but he also needs it. Like, he depend on it, but it's also like hurting him. Like, it's breaking his bones, but acts as my spine. Like, poetically kind of saying, like, you're bad for me, but I can't stop myself from like wanting you or having you, you know? That makes sense to me, I think, because there are people in your life who maybe you don't need. I don't even know what just fell. There are people in your life who you don't need, but you want. People who like are maybe bad for you, but you can't get enough of. And he says, wonder who you'll F when I die. Basically, like, I don't think you're faithful. I don't even think you're gonna miss me. And then he says this last line. He says, if I tried to call, would you cry? So, like, kind of sad, dude. Peep. Somebody was kind of telling me that he did uppers and downers. I get that. And then I had explained that another one of his drugs was sex. And somebody was like, nah, he wasn't like a party animal. He didn't like to go out and be with girls all the time. And that's not what I'm describing. But you can, like, physical intimacy with a girl can be a drug, or with a boy, whatever you are, or whatever you're doing. Like, this kind of sexual attraction and dependence on somebody else. A lot of times we look for sex in others when really what we need is love, like deep compassion and care, because we didn't have it from parents or other people or whoever. I think Lil Peep is somebody that's like that, where he really would use sex not just for fun, but because it was like an outlet or an avenue to get love that he was missing in his life. Some of you guys, that's you. Some of you guys, like, from a young age have been doing things that, you know, are for grown adults to be doing. And we do them because it's an easy way to feel love and acceptance. You know, if somebody's willing to want you with all your clothes off, they must really care about you. Or so we deceive ourselves thinking that. But that's why a lot of people young get caught up, you know, in a lot of sexual stuff. It's not necessarily just because they want fun sex. It's because it's an avenue to get love that they were missing from somewhere else. You look at the way that pornography is marketed to younger people. You look at the way that sex sells to younger people. You look at all these different things. And young people like sex because it's an easy way to feel love. And a lot of times. And then a lot of times it goes bad, right? The relationship ends or something goes bad. And then you feel like almost dirty. You feel bad because of all those things you allowed yourself to do with somebody. Because it didn't make them stay anyways. It didn't keep them from leaving anyways. And then you end up, resenting yourself, resenting them, resenting all the things you did. And then by the time you're 25, you're all screwed up inside. You're all screwed up. I know I'm already like taking a lot of time to talk about this stuff, but this is the world we live in, dude. If you don't like it, there's other reactors who react to this stuff and will just say that's cool. So go watch them. But if that's you, if you see yourself getting screwed up like that, sex is an image of what a relationship should look like. It's like a reflection of a good relationship. But if you use sex to keep the relationship, or you use it to think that that's the way that you show love to each other, the only way, you're going to really be missing out. And you're really going to watch that relationship fall and fail. And then you're going to wonder what happened. Sex is not the only part of a relationship. It is part of it, but not the only part. I don't know. Those are just my thoughts, especially with Lil Peep, because he always talks about sex. He always talks about girls. But I think that there's some depth there that you don't get if you just kind of listen and that's it.
Please don't cry, you're wasting your time. 16 lines to make me feel fine. 10 years ago, went blind. I've been on my own since age 9.
So like those last two lines, he says, 10 years ago, I went blind. I've been on my own since age 9. You guys could probably tell me what those mean. Because I know you guys know his life. I don't really know a lot about his life. But he says, please don't cry. You're wasting your time. 16 lines will make me feel fine. This is something I want to kind of talk about just because I see this a ton. If you're threatening to harm yourself to spite somebody else, that's a bad move on your part. Here's the thing. If you're really struggling with harming yourself, you need to get help. And you need to find people who are willing to help you and you're not like emotionally tied up to, or it's not complicated with. If you're trying to tell your girlfriend to help you and to keep you from killing yourself, and it's already toxic between you guys, it's already complicated, you're doing the wrong thing, bro. And you're just putting weight on somebody that was never meant to be on them. And all you're doing is hurting them and yourself. And you're not saving anybody, and she's not going to save you, and you're not going to save yourself that way. And that might be hard to hear, but like these artists have said it too, where if you place too much of your needs onto a partner who can't fulfill those things, all you're doing is putting pressure on the relationship that's going to cause it to fail. And not even just relationships like romantic ones, but your friendships. If every time you get into a bad place, you start threatening to kill yourself, I don't think you're going to get anywhere, dude. I don't think you're going to heal. It's one thing to say, I need help. It's one thing to call out and say, look, I need you to be here for me because I'm going crazy in my head right now. It's another thing to make people beg you to stay and like use that as a way to validate yourself. That to me, that's a toxic trait that you need to get rid of for your own health. And this is why. Eventually, those people are going to stop saving you. Not because they don't want to, but because you're doing it in a toxic way. If you're making people beg you to stay on this earth, you're setting yourself up to lose those people. That's not the way that you ask for help. The same way that if you need attention, you don't like be rude to the people you want attention from. A mature person can say, this is what I need. So even if you're struggling with the thoughts of suicide or self-harm, you need to just be able to say, hey, I need help. And then you're actually going to get help. You're actually going to heal. But we have to stop being in this place where we're just kind of like, you just kind of say all these crazy things just to spite somebody or just to get them to realize that you need help. That's not how you ask for help. And this probably sounds really harsh. It probably sounds really harsh because I'm literally like lecturing you and you're just struggling with feeling like you deserve to be alive. But the truth is that you do deserve to be alive. The truth is that you do deserve to be here. And it's okay if you need help. But actually get help. Actually seek help. Don't just throw a tantrum every time you're not okay. Because there's a difference. Somebody who's actually seeking help is willing to stop and listen, as well as ask for help, as well as say, I'm not okay. Some people can't not be okay. Some people, when you start to offer them real help, they don't want it because they want to stay in that place. They want to stay in that broken place for some reason. I don't know why. Sometimes it's because you're scared. to get better. You're scared of what it's going to be like to fall again. So you'd rather just stay on rock bottom. For some people, you're afraid to believe that you're worth getting out of rock bottom. I don't know what it is for you. But if that's you, you need to get help, and you need to actually want help. And you need to want real help. But we can't keep throwing tantrums and expect people to keep saving us when we're just making them beg for us to be here. It's the same thing in a relationship. If you have to beg your partner to stay, it's toxic. If you have to beg them to stay in the relationship, they don't really want to be there. If you're making people beg you to stay on this earth, it's not fair to them because they're willing to help you. They want you to be there. They've shown that a million times, and you still put them in this place where you're threatening to leave them over and over and over again and to leave this earth over and over and over again. That's toxic. You don't want help at that point. You have to really stop doing those things. And you have to really be brave enough to ask for help and be brave enough to believe that those people are telling the truth when they say that they want you here. If you can't do that, that's in here and that's in here. And you need to figure that out. But you have to stop thinking that those people are lying and actually believe that they want you here. I get that that's super, super long. We're already 10 minutes into the video and we're a minute into the song. I'm sorry. But I see that a lot. I see that a lot everywhere I look, and a lot of people that I talk to. And if that's you, you really need to start stepping up your game. You really need to start looking for some help.
I've been on my own for 2 nights. I've been in my zone, I've been high. Now she wonder, why do I lie? I can't tell my wrongs from my rights. Please don't cry, you're wasting your time. 16 lines to make me feel fine. 10 years ago I went blind. I've been on my own since age 9. Is anybody out there? Anybody out there? Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? I hate it when you fake it. Girl, I know you hear me. Hear me.
I mean, it just gives you, like... It's one thing to come from the perspective of, like, this is a song about a relationship, right? So, I mean, this makes sense to me. But if this is the way you live your life, that's a different story. I don't think that that's true for him, because he has songs where he's crying out to God. He has songs where he's talking about family and other stuff. But if you're the type of person that you need somebody in your life, like a significant other, to validate your worth, you're really never going to feel worth. If you're somebody out there that needs people in your life to tell you that you should be here, you really have no idea what your worth is. I meet tons of people all the time. I'm going to say it again. I meet tons of people all the time who struggle with self-harm or thoughts of suicide or all these different thoughts. And all they do is threaten to do it. I don't know why they make it a threat, like it's going to hurt me. But you're really hurting yourself more than you're ever hurting anybody else. Because you have a value on this planet. You have a worth. You have a purpose. And you're throwing it away. Don't do that. Don't ever let somebody else make you feel that. I know some people where they get hurt by somebody and they have that attitude. Like, don't even bother trying to be sad about me. I'm like, I'll do 16 lines. I'm fine. I'm going to just go get high. Like, I hear tons of songs like that, even from fans. Don't ever let somebody make you feel like you have to end your life. Because that's not worth it. They're not worth it. Whatever they did is not worth ending yourself, hurting yourself, because you have a purpose here. Whether or not they saw it, whether or not they saw your value or your worth, I don't even care if it was your parents. I don't care if your own mom told you that you're not worth it. You are. That's the truth. So don't ever let anybody tell you that you're not, and don't ever let anybody convince you that you need to go kill yourself or you need to hurt yourself or you need to go purposely OD to like be what you are. People think, I'm trash, I might as well treat my body like trash. I'm not worth it, I might as well live like I'm not worth it. That's not true. But you live your life according to that, and then all of a sudden you look back 20 years later, you look back 19 years later, you look back as a young adult and you're thinking, what the heck was I doing with my teenage years? Where you're in your 30s, your 40s, you have kids now, you're still looking back thinking, what the heck am I doing with my life? That's where you're headed. And you have to realize nobody is ever going to tell you that you're worth it the way that God will. And nobody's ever going to tell you that you're worth it the way that you will. You have to stand on that yourself. You have to stand on the definition of that yourself. I'm the type of person, if I know something is red and everybody tells me it's blue, it's still going to be red in my head. It's still going to be red because that's what it is. That's the truth. I don't care if everybody tells me it's blue. It's red. You need to be the same way about your worth. You need to know that you're worth it and that you're valuable. And it doesn't matter if your mom or your dad or your friends or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your ex or your uncle, auntie, I don't care who tells you that you're trash. You know that you're not. You have to live your life like that. I tell people all the time because they want to feel bad and then they feel sad and then they want to kill themselves. You can't live your life based off of your feelings. You have to live your life based off of truth. You can feel things. You can feel hurt. You can feel bad, but you can't live your life according to that. If I lived my life according to how I felt every day, I'd never get out of bed. I would never do anything with my life. I would never accomplish anything. I wouldn't be here telling you this right now. I live my life based off of what is true. And what's true is that people matter and they have value and they have purpose. Live by what's true, not by what you feel. Because if you live by what you feel, you're never going to get anywhere. That's all I have to say with this song. Sorry it's so long. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you, dude. If you don't like it, go watch somebody else. That being said, make sure you come on Saturday. You know, come join the live stream. Come listen to some of these crazy artists on my channel. Hit me up on Instagram. Join my Discord. All that stuff. We got like 500 people in there, and it's awesome. It's awesome to talk to you guys on Discord. I play games with you guys, hang out, all that stuff. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video.
Make room in your life, I'll be your Potiphar's wife. I'll ease your pain and your strife. I'll be your reason to lie, so you can eat with your eyes. Make love with me in your mind. I've been looking for you. I just wanted to help you. I know you're struggling right now. It's been a while since I felt you. I know just a thing to ease the strain that it overwhelm you. Just forget about your problems with the way that I touch you. I know you think about it. You open pics.